Hello everyone, it's Sarah here from Sarahsnailsecrets. I am an ambassador for GLITTERBELS and a distributor. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys an easy how to apply loose glitter into acrylic nails for beginners. So the first things first is to pick out your loose glitter that's going to be the majority of the design. So here I chose GLITTERBELS Darling. This is a very, very pretty champagne and pink mix. So when I'm doing loose glitter inside acrylic, I like to apply thin layer of a finer glitter down too. So first I like to match it. So here I'm using Hollow Rose, Dib Dab, and Rainbow Rose to see which one looks the best. So I ended up going with a Rainbow Rose because it matches the color the best. So that's what I do. I do little swatches on a paper towel just to see which one will go with the color the best before starting. So I'm going to be using my GLITTERBELS clear monomer and my clear glass slippers. I already have an extra long stiletto tip down, and now I'm just going in with a super thin layer of clear. So you're always going to want to apply clear base down before applying glitter or colored acrylic so that when you file back down, when your client comes back for a fill, you have that thin base already down, and then you won't have leftover color left behind. So this is how it looks, my thin base. So you can see how thin that is. So now the next step is to go in with the glitter. So I'm using Rainbow Rose. I'm applying it near the cuticle area, not quite there. And then I'm using the belly of my brush to kind of push the product up, using the tip of my brush to get it close to the cuticle area while not overlapping the skin. And then I'm going to pull this down the nail. So I always like to get my cuticle bead down first and then do the rest of the nail. You're gonna wanna keep this very thin because this layer is just there to help hide your cuticle area because your loose glitter will not go smooth around your cuticle area. The brush I'm using here is the GLITTERBELS number 10 brush as well. So I'm just applying a little bit more product at the tip just for full coverage, just so we don't have that see-through bit there. This nail is not meant to be a glass nail, so we want full coverage of glitter. So I kept that nice and thin. So now we're gonna go in with the Darling glitter. So first you're gonna dip into your clear acrylic. This is a little bit on my brush here, and then I'm going directly in to my pot of loose glitter and picking up some of that glitter on my brush with the clear acrylic. And then I'm placing that near the cuticle area, and I'm just sort of moving and jiggling the product so that I can get full coverage of that Rainbow Rose. And then I'm going to apply more. So you don't wanna apply this too thick so you don't file anything off, but you just want to make sure you get full coverage. So you're going to want to move it around a little bit and play with it until you get full coverage. So I'm just patting that down and then pulling the rest of the product down the tip, which will wipe off any extra product that I had on there that I didn't want. And here's how it looks. So you're just going to want to fill in anything else that you need to fill in. Then I'm gonna let that dry ever so slightly, maybe about a minute while I work on the other fingers. But coming back now, I'm gonna encapsulate. I'm using my GLITTERBELS glass slippers. I'm applying a bead at the tip first. Since this nail is very long, I always like to encapsulate my tip before I build up the nail. So I got the tip encapsulated. Now I'm going in with a bead near the cuticle area, and I'm using the very tip of my brush to again pat and pull. I'm bending the finger downward for gravity to help me so that none of the product will seep into the sidewalls. I'm going to finish file this so it doesn't need to be completely perfect or even, but I am applying another bead where I want my apex to be just to make sure that this has the right structure. So I'm going to pat and pull that down the nail. So I'm going to be using my GLITTERBELS metal file board with the refills on top. I'm using 150 on one side and 180 on the other. First, I'm going in with the side walls. This nail is fully 100% dry. You definitely don't want to start filing the nail until it is dry. To test that, just tap the nail. It should make a little tappy sound. If it doesn't make the tapping sound, that means it's not dry. So I'm just using this to finish file, going around the cuticle area. I am smoothing and thinning out my side walls while keeping majority of the product in the center of the nail for my apex. Once I am finished file and done, you can always finish file with an e-file. I chose to just do it with a hand file for this demo. And then I'm just cleansing the nail before we top coat. So here's how it looks finished filed. And that is my side angle. But first I'm going to apply some crystals. So I'm going to be using my GLITTERBELS base glue, and I'm just applying a very thin amount where I want it exactly, and then I'm just applying crystals on top of that. You don't want to apply your base glue all over the nail and then apply crystals, or it could dry and then you're doubling up on the glue. So you just want to apply very little amounts and then put your crystals in immediately. Once I've got my crystals down, I'm gonna let that dry really well before going in with top coat. I'm gonna be using my GLITTERBELS No Wipe top coat. I'm just pushing it close to the crystals. I'm not overlapping them. And I'm just trying to apply this all over the glitter part. So don't go over top of your crystals or you'll ruin the shine of them. How pretty is that? I love a top coated nail. So I gave that a full cure, and here is the full design. So I hope you guys liked the set. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video from any of the ambassadors. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.